Yeah, so once we're done with the simulation, see, whoa, what happened? Okay, so that didn't work. All right, so what up? What up? Winbush here, and back by popular demand, we have Kitty Queen, or yeah, I guess Kitty Queen on YouTube, right? And so what she had did before, if you watch our previous video, she had made this Pop Tart. Then today we made this one. And what we're going to do is show you this plugin called Physics Now, and we're going to make these Pop Tarts pop out of this toaster that she had made. And so let's get started. We're going to get right into it, right? You tired? You need some water? No. All right, so we're going to make a new composition. What should we name it?
Toaster guy.
Toaster guy. All right, so we have it 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. We'll make it 5 seconds long.
What?
And so let's go and let's make our background. So let's pick a background color. We're just going to do a solid. We're just going to do like a blue. Is that fine with you? You want to pick it?
Maybe I'll be here and go up. Perfect.
There we go. So we got perfect blue background. We'll lock this in. We're going to make, okay, well, let's bring in our toaster guy. So we drag these down, and we have, well, actually we don't need that layer. We just need our toaster and our handle. So
I thought the handle was gonna be separate.
the handle is separate. See, I could turn it off and turn it on. So that way when our handle slides up, it will make our Pop-Tart pop up. So let's scale this one down a little bit, like 50%. Let's bring him down into the frame like so, and then we can make a little ground plane for him to be sitting on.
Wait, but
Okay, what?
no, forget what I just said.
No.
I answered my own question.
Oh, what was your question in case they wanted to
No,
know?
there was, but do you see the blue ground thing there? The pink, so I thought the pink was gonna be the ground, but then
Oh, I mean, we can make the pink the ground if you
no,
want.
it's fine because I was confused.
Sorry to confuse you. All right, let's start with our first Pop-Tart. Let's bring it down a little bit so it fits within our guidelines of the hole. Let's bring in our second Pop-Tart guy. Let's bring him down in the scale, make him about the same size.
It's a girl.
Oh, sorry, make her the same size. I'm sorry. So we'll turn her off for a while, or for now. We'll just we'll work with one at a time. So let's start by making our mask. So I'm going to make a white solid, and then I'm going to turn that off, and that's because I want to trace the bottom of our hole here from our toaster. So let me turn off this Pop-Tart as well. Make sure you're inside the video. Oh, you're over? Okay. I thought you had moved off the screen there for a minute. Okay, so making this mask. Exactly.
What is the mask doing?
The mask is so that we could cover up this area. So it's kind of like playing hide and go seek for the Pop-Tart. So since I'm done with the mask now, let me bring it right above our Pop-Tart. We can actually make these layer colors the same so we know what goes with what.
Yep.
So if I turn back on my Pop-Tart here, and then I come down to my track mat and I do alpha inverted, now our mask is hiding this area, so it looks like our Pop-Tart is actually inside our toaster. And I can actually fix this mask here. There we go. So now if I bring our Pop-Tart down there, so we're inside our toaster now.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what our mask does. So I can do the same thing for our top Pop-Tart. Let's make another mask real quick. Turn this off.
Wait, the blue, you
Oh, yeah, I'll fix it. I'll bring it down a little bit more. Let me do this mask real quick. Doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to make the illusion.
Perfect, but it has to be pink. Get it?
It has to be pink, yes.
No, literally, because the line is pink.
Let me bring our Pop-Tart down. There we go. Is it like that? Let me make these layer colors. Let's do fuchsia.
Did you make the part where
There we go.
it shows how it pops up?
Not yet. That's the part that we're going to do next. So we're going to use a plugin. Let me actually hit Control S. Let me save this first. So the part that she's talking about to make them pop up, we have to use this plugin, which if I go to Window Extensions, it's called Physics Now by Crunchy Creative. And that brings up our bar here. So we have our play buttons, we have our buttons to make it dynamic, we have our static buttons so we can have stuff colliding. So
Yeah. Wait, but are those things gonna make the handle move? Because if the things pop up, the handle needs to move.
exactly, so we'll do the handle last because we want to make sure we want to set up our Pop-Tart to move first. After we perfect our Pop-Tarts, then we'll move the handle and we'll have our little cartoon animation. So let me turn the mask off so we can see our Pop-Tart here. And let's draw a little box shape just underneath our Pop-Tart. And we can make this one pink so that we can see it. And we're going to want to move our null point to the center of that. So let me click that. Let's move our null point down. There you go. So we have it below. Make this a little bit longer. All right, cool. So now we want to duplicate that. Hit Control D, hit the R button, and just turn this like 90 degrees. And the reason we're doing this is so we have something for our Pop-Tart to collide against, because if we don't, then our Pop-Tart will just fall off onto the sides, because remember, this is all dynamics. Got it?
Yep.
Got it. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here along the edge of the hole here, and then we can name this one pop-up. I'll name this one wall, so we know what is what. And so now let's see. So let me shrink these down. For my pop-up, I'm going to click on the static button here. And then for my Pop-Tart, which one is it? That's that one there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna click on my dynamic button, and that's gonna make our Pop-Tart dynamic so that we can make it move. So under dynamics, for bounce, let's make this like 0.2 maybe. Same thing on friction, maybe like
A lot of information.
0.2. I know it is a lot of information. That's why it's good to just kind of come in and play around with this stuff, see what does what. Okay, so now let's bring in our frames to like 5. I'm gonna hit P on my keyboard for position, and then come up 45 frames. Let's move this up so it's gonna make it pop up. And we can even add like an easy ease on here. So now you want to click the play button. See, oh, let me make this bigger so they can see what's going to happen. There you go. You want to click the play button. So click that one there. Yep.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So let's turn off our wall. Let's turn off our pop-up. Then let's turn our mask back on for our Pop-Tart. Let me see, which one was it? That one. So hit 0 on the keyboard so we can play it through. No, 0 right there. There you go. So now we have our Pop-Tart popping up. We can add more bounce to it if we want to make it a little bit more cartoony. So I'm gonna hit the X. When yeah, how much bounce should we put on here? Like 0.6. 150,000 equals 0.6. So let's click play, and
Wait,
wow.
Wait, I didn't think I just saw it on the floor for a second.
Yeah, you know why I did that? That's because I forgot to turn these back on. So let's turn these back on. Let's click X and click the play button again. And it's still not bouncing.
Weird.
Okay, so
Can you fix it?
yeah, we can fix it. So I'm gonna add bounce to my pop-up here. So let's do like 0.6 on that. Click the X, click the play button again.
It's still not even bouncing that much.
Okay.
Maybe if you change the number, that might help.
Let me actually let's move this down so we can really make this thing fly up. And then our Pop-Tart, let's add a bounce of 1. That friction of 0.3. Let's click play, see what happens. Whoa. Alright, so we got our bounce in there.
That's too bouncy.
Alright, so
Well, at least it worked.
let's bring this down to like 0.7. See what happens there.
Still really bouncy, but it's working. It's working a lot.
And you know why it's doing that? It's because I moved our floor way down. So let's move this. Let's split the difference. Maybe do that.
Yep, that might help.
Click play again.
Hooray!
Perfect. So there we go. We got our Pop-Tart bouncing up.
What about the plate? Don't you use us to make it bounce onto the plate?
Let's do the plate next. Okay, so let's we have to actually draw a plate. So do you want to draw a plate on here?
Sure.
All right, give me 1 second to make sure we're not clicked on anything. There we go. And there's the pen tool. There we go. So you can draw a plate real quick on the scene there. No, just click here. Let me hit Control Z. All right, just click. No, don't click and drag. This is different than Illustrator. Here, stop.
Wait,
okay,
no,
so,
that's not. I know how to.
all right, go ahead. Oh, I see what you're doing.
What the heck?
Yeah, see, this is different than Illustrator. Let me see. Let me show you how to do it.
Try that again.
So you just click, then click. So you want to get your first click in first, and then you can click and drag. Yep.
Alright, so click.
Actually, hold on 1 second, because we clicked onto a layer. Alright, there you go.
Okay, so.
Just
Are
one,
you sure you need
just one click, don't drag. There you go. Now click your next part. And you can make it rounded afterwards. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just for fun.
Just for fun. It's not like it's actually going to be on an actual TV show, right, Dad?
No, it's going to be on YouTube, which is close, I guess. Maybe. Here, click that square to close it off.
Wait, are you trying
Alright, there you go.
wait,
That's good, because we don't have to make it perfect.
I just want to make it look good, that's all. And I think we should make it like downward, you know. Is this good?
That looks good to me.
Perfect.
Alright, so now let's turn these back on. And the way we're going to try to make it, so she wants to make it fall into the plate. So we'll actually name this one Plate. And we're going to make this a static. Alright, so that means anything that hits that, and we want to bring our bounce down. We don't want it to really bounce off the plate.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Then we could maybe bring our friction up so that it sticks on the plate. So let's see what's going to happen here. So, alright, so our bottom lever here, I'm going to click P and R to bring up our position of rotation. So I'm going to make a keyframe here, and then as we move up, let's bring our rotation over to try to push it towards the plate, and hopefully this will work. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's test it.
Click the play button.
Well,
No.
at least it hit the plate.
It hit the plate.
That's good.
Let's see. So we can have it. Let's have it go up a little bit more. Maybe over. So it like really pushes it. And then maybe we could make the plate a little bit bigger.
Okay. Perfect.
Alright, let's click play.
It hit the plate.
It hit the plate.
But it bounced off. We did not want that. We wanted to land on the plate.
So let's maybe bring our friction up to 2 and see if that will make it stick.
Nope.
No, but we can fake it. So let's take this wall right here, hit Control D. Let's bring this over
Okay.
and put it right there, and that way.
We're all supposed to not be seen.
Yeah, so once we're done with the simulation, see, whoa, what happened? Okay, so that didn't work. All right, so, oh, that's because we didn't make it a static. So there we go. Make that a static. Make that a static. There we go. So play again.
Perfect.
There we go. We're on our plate, and so now let's turn off our walls, like you were saying, that won't be seen. Ah, man, I messed that up. I hit the play button instead of. All right, so let's one more time. Let's. All right, so let's click play. Start a simulation. Bam. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
So now let's turn off our walls. I'm gonna hit 0.
Ooh, that moved down.
Cool, there we go.
Yay.
What about our second Pop-Tart?
Shall we work on both of them?
Yeah. Okay, so our second Pop-Tart, because we don't want our Pop-Tarts to collide, we're probably going to have to make it.
I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
Need to take a break. All right, so she's back from her break. What we're going to do is we're just going to have the second Pop-Tart pop up. But since this is all dynamics and our Pop-Tarts will be on top of each other, we're going to want to make a pre-comp for our second Pop-Tart. So let me, our Pop-Tart 2 right here. I'm going to actually take our walls and let me duplicate all of these. And then bring these above our Pop-Tart 2. We'll color these pink as well, or fuchsia, so we know what's what. And then I'm going to put these into a pre-comp. So I selected all of them. Go to pre-comp. Let's name this pre-Pop-Tart 2. Click OK.
Pop art too.
Pop art, Pop-Tart, something like that. Okay, so there's our Pop-Tart there. I turned off our mask. I know, because we have our own composition here, and then we're going to bring this composition back into our Pop-Tart world. So we have our Pop-Tart selected. Let's name, or let's turn this into a dynamic. And then we should have, yeah, these are all on. So let's click play to see if this will just work.
Yay.
And that one stuck its landing right off the bat. Cool. So we could turn off all of these except for our Pop-Tart. And then let's turn off our walls here.
Yeah.
And let's hit play and hope it works.
That one keeps falling through the floor.
Yeah, so
I don't know why.
we're going to have to do another simulation for that. So let's click play.
That one keeps on just flying. The other one has a perfect landing.
Okay, so let me see. Now let's turn these off. Oops, we don't want to turn our plate off. There we go. Let me turn our pre-comp back on. Let's click 0. I'm gonna miss it. I'll miss it. Bam.
Hooray!
We got them both on. So now we have our Pop-Tarts popping out. and they're on our plate.
Yay.
But I noticed that
What?
they're going through the mask here. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect for now.
Yep.
Just happy that we got the Pop-Tarts land on the plate.
Yay.
So I think that will do it for this video. Unless there's anything else you want to say or figure out.
Like and subscribe.
You said you wanted to know something about Gacha Life or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Comment down below if you think you should make a Gacha Life video.
Alright, so that's going to do it for our Physics Now Pop-Tart tutorial. Like she said, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel. And, oh, excuse me. And, yeah, we'll see you next time. Keep
Bye.
creating.